Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming. I'm going to show you a zone that we use quite a bit in my last few years at Queens. It's a 1-1-3. I'm going to tell you that someone showed me this zone about 10 years ago, and the first time I saw it, I said, I'm never going to use this zone. I hate it. And then it ended up being something that I needed. So never say never. What I found was the kids we were getting pre-pandemic were very different from the ones we were getting post-pandemic. And I'm a man-to-man coach. I'm not really a zone coach. But they really struggled to play man-to-man. And I think one of the reasons is there's just a lot of zone being played in high school right now. Like everyone's playing a 2-3 zone. I don't like a 2-3 zone. And most coaches they're prepared for a 2-3 zone. They're prepared for a 1-3-1. They're prepared for a 1-2-2 or 3-2. So I went to this 1-1-3. And one of the reasons the kids struggle with man-to-man is they're pretty good with guarding the ball and moving their feet, but they really struggle with the concept of help for the helper, and then rotating on a kick out. Like really tough, and this generation doesn't talk, although this zone requires talking, but you can hide a few people. And the other was I had a big who I could not get her to, because again, she played in the 2-3 zone. They always put her at the front of the rim to protect the basket, and I could not get her to come out and defend the ball screen on the three-point line. So we went to this 1-1-3. It's kind of a hybrid zone man. We've played some games where the coach the whole time thought we were in a man and we weren't. It's the 1-1-3. So I'm gonna teach you the basics first, and then we'll talk about kind of how we tweaked with personnel, and then we'll leave some time for questions, and feel free to ask questions. All right. So in terms of personnel and where you want to place people, so this has got to be, and I know Scarlett is, which is why I put it at the top, this has got to be kind of a scrappy defender who's willing to pressure the length of the floor, at least three-quarter court. So you can kind of disguise it a little bit. So we never told them to stand like this, because that made it obvious that we're in a zone. So we didn't focus on that. So this person has to be just a dogged defender. She's got to have a high motor, and she's got to be able to pressure. All right, so she's going to pick up just before half court, and she wants to try to channel the ball to a side. In general, we force baseline, so we force baseline in this zone because this is where we're strongest. So we're going to go in more detail in a second, but that's who this person is. This person needs to be somebody like high IQ, vocal, who can see the whole floor, because often, the kids just see what's in front of them. They don't see or pay attention to the offense that the other team is trying to run. Where's the ball trying to go to? So this person's got to be high IQ, high motor. They're really the brains of the operation. They are the most key player in this zone. At the end of the day, I've always really big on no paint touches, because everyone is touch, paint, splash out. So a lot of the threes that you see come from paint touch, draw to, kick to the open man. So we always figured that if they don't get a paint touch, they're probably not going to get a three. So it's really heavily designed to take away paint. So 1, 2, 3 are primarily responsible for no paint touches. All right, and then we'll go to more specifics in a second. This is your rim protector. So this person does not come out. So if you have, again, got to be a bruiser, got to be physical, got to be a rim protector. So again, if you have somebody who maybe might be slow-footed, not great at defending the three, that's kind of how we protected this person. We were always lucky to have, really dominant low post players. So that really helped us in this zone, because you're forcing baseline and you're essentially channeling them into your rim protector. All right. And then your wings, they're the ones that we usually hide people on the wings, because these three are doing a lot of the work and they're talking to the players on the wings. The one thing I will say with the wing players is, you've got primary rebounding responsibility. So no defense is perfect. So that's sometimes when we struggle defensively, it was, the wings having to box out. So they have primary responsibility of defending the three-point line, and they've got to be a really good, or you got to teach them to be good weak weak side rebounders boxing out. All right. So we're going to go with, I got no one on your side right now, but we're going to work on the one side and still talk about what your role is. All right. So we already kind of talked about this. We want this person. So let me back up. We're forcing baseline. Any baseline drives, the center is trapping. Any middle drives, you're trapping. All right, so again, it's no paint touches. All right, so you want to push the ball to a side right now. Everyone's lined up on this side, so just, force it to her right. All right, so she's pushing it to a side. That helps this person anticipate. All right, the wings, so we got top, free throw line, rim, and wings. The wings are matched with the lowest person on their side. We're going to go through a few different formations, and you can kind of see why that makes sense. All right, so right now, let me back up. It's a zone with man-to-man principles. So the biggest thing is everybody has to have somebody. Nobody should have two. If you have two, somebody should be bumping and rotating over to you. So it's a very active defense. You got to pay attention, you got to talk. So you're going to guard multiple people in one possession. All right, so everyone's matched up. All right, so right now, you're matched here. So this is why when you come up, you can disguise it as a man because you're going to match. So you're matched here. So for us, we don't stand next to people because if you do that, they're just going to duck in on you and then here's your paint touch. So we can't have a paint touch. So you've got to be up like this. So you're going to apply your man-to-man principles in the zone. All right. Your job is to back her up right now because if she gets beat, you got to come stop the ball. All right. But you're not going to get beat. So you're going to channel this way. So you've got two on your side. You have to match with the lowest person, all right? Which means they're open right now, and usually there would be somebody on your side. So you know if she's pushing this way, you can anticipate that you're rotating here. So right now, your main job is have her back. All right, so you're going to cross half, push, push, push to the sideline. All right, ball goes here, go. Anticipate and try to be there on the catch. So sprint, sprint, chop, chop, chop. All right, so you're dropping because these bodies are going to move. Hold on, I'll tell you what you're doing. All right, there always has to be somebody on the free throw line. All right, the two of you are working together. All right, so when you're out, you're in. All right, in means you're defending the high post area because, again, the ball can't come here. So, again, man-to-man principle. So for us, if we were playing man, ball got passed. All right, let's say she went back door. You would turn. Oh, yes, good. Kevin taught you well. All right, so you're gonna stay right about here. All right, so you're kind of face guarding anything that's coming up. Now, if that low post stays down and you've got nobody, then you know that you're going to anticipate the ball going to this three-point shooter. So it's kind of an amoeba-style defense. We really actively work on touches and steals. So this last year, we were, I think, top 25, top 30 in forced turnovers, steals, and I think defensive field goal percentage or something like that, or defensive points, something like that. So you can anticipate this. So on the reversal, you're shooting that gap, and we're going to go. All right, so you're matched here, and you're pushing the ball to the baseline side. So for us, when we push baseline, we don't play flat. We want it to go down here because if we can get a trap, that would be great. So when we force baseline, we want to play. We don't do this. We're not showing the rim because at our level, one dribble, she's at the rim. So we split her in half. So baseline foot in between her feet, and this is how you're forced. So this way, if she comes middle, you're going to stop that on your own. If she goes, you can anticipate now the only way she's going to go is here. So if she puts it down, I can cut it off because ideally you want to take care of this on your own and not have her come up. All right. We've played this different. This is based on personnel and scout. All right. But you want to kind of be in this area here. All right. So obviously if the ball goes here, yep, you've got that. And then you're pushing her to the baseline as well. So this depends on what your philosophy is in the low post. So for us, I hate paint touches. I can't stand it. I don't know why anyone would ever let anybody throw the ball in the low post and give a shot that's a 50 to 60% shot. That doesn't make any sense to me. So for us, we front this. All right, we front this, and then you've got no paint touch here, right, because you would be on the elbow. When the ball's in the corner, you're not dropping back, you're staying up. Yep, you're staying up there because Scarlett has got the elbow. All right, we're going to move in a second. Okay, so and now everybody is matched because there would be somebody on your side. With the wing, if you have 2 3-point shooters on the weak side, you're going to be in between them. So you're going to anticipate the kick out. If there's only one, you're going to match. If for some reason they have 2 low posts, you might have to drop to get that low post player. All right, so if you're going to help in the paint, it would only be on the weak side. We'll talk more about that in a second. I think I covered everything right now. So let's go ball at the top. Let's just work through this again. So just a tackle, push this way. Yep, go, front it, front it, front it. Okay, all right, hold. You got to front it. So this is the other thing you got to teach. You got to be willing to be physical. All right, because again, if the ball gets here, then it defeats the whole purpose of the zone, which is there's no paint touches. All right, now if the ball does, so again, this is your philosophy, this is mine, we're going to front that. I'm not worried about weak side rebound, because if the post player's on this side and she is fronting and that shot goes up, where is it going to go? Well, 60 to 70% of the time it's going to go to the weak side. So she's, even though she doesn't, she's not boxing her out, she's not getting it, it's coming over here. So that's why we're fronting this. Now, if you don't like that, or your big doesn't want to be physical, then you could play behind, all right, throw the ball in. Then we double team it. The double comes from who's ever on the free throw line. So Scarlett, that is you. You're doubling this right now. We always need somebody on the free throw line, so you're going to have to back up. All right? All right, let's go again. Keep track of time because I can get long-winded. All right, so hold it. You're pushing to a side. Right now, just play behind. All right, right now, play behind. Okay, ready? Here we go. Good. Throw. Good. Go, Scarlett. Go. Good. Okay, hold it. You'd eventually get back up to that. So the other thing, too, is you might have to help. All right, so ball goes inside. Throw the ball back inside. Scarlett, go double team that. Okay, good. All right. There's only 5 people on the court, right? So most people will overload a zone. So at the beginning, coaches will run their zone offenses against it. Zone offenses don't work against the zone because you're matching up man to man. So really the way to play against it is to run your man sets against it. But most people don't realize that and will run their zone sets. All right, so there's 5 people. So they're going to overload that side, which means the player you're guarding is probably on the wing somewhere, right? So now double, get to the elbow. All right, so this is where you guys got to talk, all right? Because kick out went here, all right? So who's going to get this? This is where you guys got to talk, right? So we have a 3-step rule. You have to be 3 steps away from your assignment, 3 steps away from your rotation. So whoever is 3 steps away from this has to take it. So for example, if your man is here on the wing, all right, you might be splitting this. So you might take this, and then Scarlett might bump you back, all right? Or if your man is deeper, you're closest, so you may have to take that, and then Scarlett, you got to bump him back. You have to. It's like areas. You have to, and I'm going to tell you why. That's a really good question. So one of the reasons we went to this again was because my team really struggled playing man-to-man. So when you teach man, everybody has to know everything. You've got to know how to guard the ball. You've got to know how to force baseline. You have to know when it's your help. You've got to know how to trap that. You've got to know how to drop. You've got to know how you're rotating out on a kick out. That is a lot For me, it's easy, but for them, it's difficult. It takes them so long to learn it. We went to this because I don't have to teach everybody everything while they're learning how to play man. So in this zone, you know every baseline drive is the big's help. So she's got to be really good at trapping the ball. All right? So if you start to exchange, we might as well play man, because it goes back to now everybody having to know everything. Right? So now you become really good at this top defender. You become really good at talking and rotating and bouncing out. Fantastic.
So how does when the ball is kicked out to the side?
From the big?
Yeah.
So that's what we were just talking about. So if the ball goes inside, all right, let's say Scarlett was the one who doubled, so now you're splitting two. Can you put on a yellow pidding for me? They're on the baseline right there. All right? Now you're the one splitting two. All right? So you would take this kick out, all right? Because now, can you go on the wing for me? Because now you're matched with the wing. All right? Now, you don't need to be that close to her. All right, so you should have at least a foot in the paint. You just got to be able to get to her on a skip pass. Okay? So now you have two in this situation. So it depends on where the ball gets kicked. If she kicks here, you're going, Scarlett, you're coming back up. All right? And you're looking to shoot this on a reversal. Okay? Can you back it up? Throw it back inside. Throw it back inside. Or let's say Scarlett was the one double teaming. It comes to the top. Boom. Go. Bump, Scarlett. So you're going. So bump, 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 bump. All right? And here's the other thing. When you're bumped, it's super important that you run through the passing lane so that you can get that deflection, because we're big on deflection. So Scarlett, let's say you were on that trap again. All right? The ball got kicked out, all right? So bump, 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 good. As you're bumping, yes, run through this passing lane so that on that quick reversal, she's not getting a quick three. So as I'm bumped, I'm running through the passing lane, and maybe I could shoot that and go get a layup on the other side. All right, so let's run this again from the top. All right?
Hey, on ball.
Good. Pressure, 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 good. Good, good, good. So stop. So when that ball goes in the corner, this is a great chance for a steal. So again, we really want to be active and get touches and steals. So when that ball is here and everyone is matched, you can show that, but as it's coming, go, I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it. We want to, it's ball pressure, ball pressure, ball pressure. So it's not just a slide, 2-3 zone. We're showing them certain passes to go steal it. All right, so let's go one more time. Okay, hold it. All right, so you got to be vocal because you're working together with her. Don't assume. All right, so you're here. I'm out. So then she knows, I got to be in, I'm in. I'm in, you're in, because you got to constantly be out and in. All right, you need to be talking, but I know it's not going to happen today on whether you're fronting or whatever. All right, like if the ball goes in, so our cue for trapping is red. Whenever you say red, there's going to be a trap. So when the ball goes into your man, red, because you need to trap that. Okay, ready? Here we go. That's fine. Good. One more time. And then we'll switch it up.
Hey, I got ball. Hey,
Fantastic. Good. We want to touch and steal. All right. Let's go this way right now, but stay on the weak side. Any questions about that?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in that situation, when the ball got swung back to the wing, she kind of came out and jumped kind of to deny the top pass.
Yeah.
You want that top player coming out and stay closer to the
So she's cheating. Yes. I don't want her cheating that much. But I don't ever want to take their instincts away either. Because again, it's tried to anticipate, shoot the gap, steal, and let's go. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's do another situation here. So force this way now, Scarlett. All right, stay on the weak side block. Okay, so throw the ball here. Good. All right, stop. Okay, stay on the weak side block. Stay on the weak side block. Okay. Everybody needs to have somebody. So the problem right now is you're guarding nobody, and she's guarding two. you have that low block, all right? So if they have a post player that just goes block to block, that makes your life very easy because you just basically are playing man-to-man with her, all right? So ball gets passed. You're with the deepest person to the baseline. That's her, right? Because there's nobody else down there. That's her, all right? You just had the ball, all right? Who are you going to guard? So she's got two. Right, but you don't have to go all the way over there, because remember, if she drives middle, you're trapping that. If she drives baseline, you're trapping that. So she's on the weak side right now, but you know you have here. All right? So the other thing I should have said way at the beginning, I should have said this right at the beginning, is you're only coming out if there is two on ball side. Okay? So there's only one here, so she's matched. If they ran someone along the baseline, which we'll talk about that in a second, now there's two, you would have to come out, okay? But when you come out, you're basically only coming out to the wing. All right, so if the ball goes there and the low post stays on the weak side, then again, you always want to know who you're guarding, all right? So you want to be like this, because again, if she drives baseline, that's a trap, all right? If she's out trapping, can you come baseline? So here's the thing. So when we trap, we tell them to go on the first dribble. Because then they wait, and by then she's already here and put up a floater, so that didn't help us. So she's going to go on the first dribble. Can you go back? I'm going to be you for a second. All right, because we want to try to get her to pull back, and we want to intimidate a little bit. So I know she's here, because if she's flashing, I got to be ready to guard that. And again, we usually front it. If you play behind, then you're going to double team it with the free throw line person. If she goes baseline, go. I'm going now because I want this trap to be out of the paint. And we know she's probably going to kick there, and then you guys got to anticipate steal. All right? We want the trap has to come early, because what we're hoping is, go back, that if she goes on the first dribble, good, and you show yourself, that she will pull out. And then you don't have to deal with the paint touch. So we'd rather go early. Now this leaves her wide open. The free throw line person is dropping on this. All right, so again, for us, it would be, I'm here, baseline drive, the two of you are connected, trap, drop, I'm here, Scarlett, now you're on the free throw line. Okay, so let's try to work on that right now. So we're gonna swing, drive baseline, let it happen, okay? Trap, drop, drop. This is what I mean by the three of you are working together. Okay, ready, go.
Hey, got ball.
Go, 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 go. Good. Don't cheat it too much, because if it comes back to the top, you got to guard that. So there's where that three-step rule comes in, because you know, so this is why you don't have any responsibility on this side other than a middle drive. But if you're plugging it, they're probably not going to drive here because you're plugging it, right? So if the ball goes in, you're trapping. If it goes to the three-point shooter, you got to take that away. So you're trying to be 3 steps away from both, so you're ready for either. Okay, a little bit more, and then we'll talk about a different scenario.
Hey, I got
Here we go.
ball. I'm here.
Okay, that's pretty good. Any questions so far? Yep. We actually don't, because eventually everybody has somebody, right? So you know once I have this person. So when you do it properly, you're taking everything on ball side away, and there would be a lot more pressure. We wouldn't let them swing it like this. So you know that the only pass they're going to go is cross court. And I know that's my man. So I'm going to anticipate and I'm going to get there. So we actually didn't. What we struggled the most with was weak side box house. So we're going to do that next. We're going to do that next. So when we teach it, the next thing we'll do is these people are going to move, right? So right now you guys are going to go pass, cut, replace, all right? And you're going to run the baseline. So what's going to happen is when you give it to a wing, Good. You're going to cut through the free throw line. Good. You're going to go weak side. You're going to come replace. Good. Swing. Good. Swing. Now you're going to do the same thing. Now you're going to run. So you're always going to be the baseline person. All right. So this is where, I mean, they got to talk. Like there's just no defense they can play where they don't have to talk. But again, the benefit for this for us was I can put people in places to help them succeed, because again, if we're playing man, everybody has to talk equally. So let's go ball. It was here. Can you go back? You're gonna burn calories today. All right, ball's over here. All right, so everyone's matched. So pass, good pass. Don't cut right now, swing, run. Okay, hold, so stop. So this was your man, right? Okay, she's now leaving and you have nobody. You have to guard somebody. So you're going to end up bumping up, right? Now there's going to be two on this side, so you have to come up because there's two on this side. So you're bumping her down, all right? So, but your man left. So I know it seems like you got to talk to her, but I promise you that never happens. You need to talk to him. So when you hear cutter, 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 I mean, we would say something else. When you hear cutter, 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 you need to anticipate and bump. And when he comes over and bumps you, right, whenever he bumps you, he's bumping you to the baseline. You need to run through that passing lane and again, force baseline. Okay, right now, just stay on the weak side. Just stay on one side. Just stay on one side right now. All right? So, yep. Go opposite. You're going to go through the free throw line. You're going to go opposite. All right? All right, here we go. Yep. So that has to be faster, or we're going to give up a back door or three. So you don't have to be right there, and you called it the right time. So somewhere around here, you're going bump, bump, bump. Eventually, like usually, so we say use a name first and then action. So what's your name? Mia. So it'd be Mia bump, because usually the kids go bump Mia. Mia didn't hear the bump before her name. So once you say the name is when they start paying attention. So as soon as you hear Mia bump, you're going. You have to trust that he's coming, and you're running through the passing lane trying to get a deflection. That was good. Do that again. Ready? Here we go. You got to be ready to do the same thing, all right? If she leaves you and runs along the baseline, you got to be talking and letting her know, because you got to guard somebody. So teams have done that because they've struggled against it. So sometimes they've done this, wing, and come to the, because again, they really try to overload to try to figure it out. You can go to the corner. Everyone has to have somebody. So same thing, you would still bump her and, all right? All right, one more time, and then we'll do a different situation. She's roaming the baseline, and nobody's talking about her, so that's a problem. All right, you guys got to talk about the baseline cutters, all right? And you're talking to, what's your name? Jeremiah. The two of you are talking to Jeremiah whenever there's a baseline runner, and then you're looking at that and you're deciding whether you're coming out or how to bump. Okay? Here we go. You see how she cut? So you got to talk about that cutter. All right, one more time, and then I'm going to show you a different look. All right, not perfect, but pretty good, guys. Well done. Well done. No, they didn't do good. All right. So I'm going to give you a couple situations in terms of how people try to attack it. So one of the things that they've tried to do, I like that. Usually I got to coach people to high five, so that's good. All right, now we're going to do all high fives here. It's better than nothing. All right, yellow, give me 2 people up top here. All right, let me get you up top, wing. All right, so sometimes people will try to do this against it, all right? And there's a big, and then this big will roll. So she's got the whole paint. So she can go block to block, she can go high post, low post, she can move, all right? So you're at the top? Okay. The way we guard this is totally based on personnel, all right? So most teams do not have 5 kids who can shoot the 3. All right, like they have 1 knockdown shooter, maybe a second, but there is not a third. All right, if there is, we'll talk about what we're doing on that. All right, so this would be totally based on the scout. All right, one of these is probably a shooter. That's the one you're most concerned about. All right, so this is an offense where definitely we bait who we want to shoot to shoot. All right, so let's say that this is the shooter right now. All right, so Scarlett, you're still going to you have to pick the ball up and you're going to throw it to a side. All right, so if they're coming up like this, obviously that sideline is better because you're closer to that sideline instead of pushing this way and bringing middle. All right, but this is the shooter. So you just need to know that this is the shooter. So the other thing we're going to talk about is where's the shooter. So as we go pass, cut, replace, all of you need to be talking about baseline cutters and where's the shooter. Shooter's on my side, shooter's on my side, shooter's coming through. All right, so we're going to say this is the shooter right now. If they put 2 people up here, you've got both. All right, so right now you're here, all right, you're going to cross, boom, 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 all right, ball goes through here. So if this is a knockdown shooter with 3-point range, you have to cheat towards that. You got to bump, all right, bump back in, good, guard this because it's a 3-point shooter, because you have middle drives anyways. So if the ball comes here, and she drives it, well, you know that's you anyways, right? So that's not going to hurt us because that's one of your main responsibilities, all right? Let's say they go back and forth, all right? So ball's in the shooter's hands. You're going to pressure that because we don't want a 3, and everyone's Caitlin Clark now, so they're going to jack that. So you're going to go here, good, all right? That's a non-shooter, so you can just stay right in the middle because you got to be ready if the ball goes to the shooter. Okay. If she drives, we're not concerned because he's going to pick that up. He has middle drives anyways. Okay. All right, so that's one of the things that they do, and then your match. If she starts roaming the key, all right, because everyone's matched. So basically, if you're just playing man-to-man. So whatever your man-to-man principles are is how you're going to guard her. All right, so in the high post, we play behind the high post, all right, because we don't want to give up the lobs, and you have to be ready. You have baseline help. So if they go high post, we're playing behind it because on any baseline drives, you got to get over and trap. It's still your responsibility. All right? So we're going to say right now that black shirt is the shooter and pink shirt is the shooter. You're going to run the baseline again. Same thing applies. 2 on that side, you're bumping. All right? And we need to know where black shirt is. Yep. Yeah. Whoever's on the free throw line. Yep.
So like, if he, like, let's say she passes to him and he's good right there, why can't he just stay instead of me having to bump? Like, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
It's always the role you're playing.
You have to remember, 1, 2, 3 are responsible for taking pain away. That's what this is. Right? And we need him on that free throw line because if she has to trap, someone's got to drop onto hers. Pretty much, okay? Because remember that 3-step rule? So if he's on the ball, let me just talk about, if he's on the ball here, throw the ball here, all right, he's guarding, quickly throw the ball here, drive the ball baseline, okay? You guys aren't going to get on that drop in time, right? Because she's got to trap that, which is why we front it. All right, because again, right, because you're not 3 steps away. So that's why you want to bump so he can get back here because he's got to be ready to help everything in the paint. He's helping everybody. That's why it's got to be someone who's a talker who can see the whole play and who could have a high motor. All right? All right, here we go. Try not to do that. If it comes to you, it comes to you. But we don't want 3 people on triple teaming and then we leave 2 shooters open. All right? All right, one more time. Let's try to get a ball reversal so that we got a baseline runner. All right, here we go.
Hey, Andre.
That's hers. Because there's two on this side, so you gotta be there because there's nobody else who can go out.
Okay.
So that's where you gotta talk and be like, I got that, because he's not gonna be aware, because he's got his back, if that's a big or who that is, because I told him you got free throw line. So you gotta be, I got it, so you can bump, okay? Here we go.
Hey, I got one.
All right, that's good, because they will start to do that. They won't come all the way to the three-point line. They'll start to backdoor it. All right, so again, go through the passing lane, try to steal that. If they backdoor it, that's why your big is there to stop that anyways. Any questions on this setup? All right, so the other thing that we'll see is they'll put two high. So you want to come up high here. Can you come to the high post here? One here. Can you come to the wing there? All right, so they'll try to attack it like a 1-3-1. So they'll throw the ball usually here, she'll dive, good, and they'll try to get us that way. So this is, again, usually based on the scout. All right, ball goes here. All right, so if there's two on the free throw line, you have to come up. So basically, you have the big in this situation. All right, so you'll know based on the scout, this is the big, she's going to end up at the rim, and then this is probably a stretch 4, all right? So you want to match here, but again, you got to be ready for back doors, all right? So you want to play here, all right? And then again, it's based on scout. So if the ball, usually they'll throw it here, all right? And then, good, all right? So this is your man-to-man principles. So ball is here, ball in blue shirt here, ball go to blue shirt here. Homie, ball over here. All right. So ball goes here, go dive. We would go bop, 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 bop. We would swim, we would front. All right. If the ball does go in, if the ball did go in, you're the free throw line player. So you got a trap to get it out, right? And you got to drop onto that. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at that. Yes, even better, 100%. We want to anticipate. Good, that's good. And again, it would be scouting report. So if this person can't shoot the ball and she's a driver, because sometimes they'll just put it, right. So dive, back off, play the pass, make her be a shooter because she's not, maybe you are, but we're saying she's not. The other thing you can do is if this person's not a good one-on-one defender, then you got to pressure the heck out of this so that she can't find that pass. So right now we're going to say she's struggling with this, a lot of pressure to take away that pass. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. Good for you. Well done. Good for you. Well done. Deepest person on your side. And then sometimes they'll put both low. Can you guys both go low post? All right, because again, we have somebody on the free throw line. So we've done this in two ways, and it depends on what the other team's offense is, what their personnel is. We either start this person down to the stretch 4 side, so you know, so like right now you'd be here, because one of them is going to flash to the high post, and then they're going to try to go high-low on you. All right, so if she flashes, you deny, all right, and then you're good to go. If they switch sides, yellow switch sides, then you are switching big to big, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up on the free throw line anyways. All right, I don't feel like we need to go through that, but that's how we would match up. Or sometimes what they'll do is they'll put someone on the high post and start both low, and then have to make us decide. You're the free throw line. So you would go there. In this situation, you would have to bump down, right? And because there's nobody on your side, and you have the deepest person on your side. So you're here, and this would end up being you here, and then we're all matched. Because they're going to try to go here, and then throw it in this way, and they'll probably try to go to you, right? Because that's the wing. So throw it in, you're double teaming, you got free throw line. All right, so let's try to throw it in on this side. Here we go.
I got ball.
Good help, and then that would be your drop. If red shirt comes over, then you got it. Yes, yep. Good, fantastic. Any questions about those looks? All right, and then the other thing they'll sometimes try to do is ball screen it, but again, it's man-to-man principle, so we would just end up switching it anyway, so everybody has somebody. So let's go, can you go on the wing for me? And you can go in the corner again. Okay. So let's do this setup. So you're gonna go, can you go ball side right now? Good. So you're gonna throw it here, right? You're gonna step up and you're gonna ball screen. To go to the middle, Come this side. Yep. So everybody has somebody, right? So this is just a switch. Okay? So if she takes this, good, because this is your man ball screening, correct? So this is going to depend on what she can do. If she's a three-point shooter, then you're going to have to come up. If she's not, then you can kind of wait for her to come to you. But you got to call this screen because your man left you to ball screen. So you got to call the ball screen. All right. You're going here. All right. In this situation, she's going to roll to the rim. All right. You got to stay with the big because you know she's going to roll to the rim. So the two of you got to talk this out. In this situation, it's not a switch because the big is setting this. So you're either going to go over it or you're going to go under it. I mean, what else are you going to do, right? So again, if this is a shooter, you're going over. If it's not, you got to let her through. So we're saying right now, this is not a shooter. So come set the ball screen. So you're going to go ball screen, back up. Good. Not a shooter. Go through the gap because you got to take her. We're not switching this one because she's got to stay with the big. Okay. All right. So let's just do that right now. So non-shooter, you're going under. Here we go. Here. Hold it. You got to be on the free throw line when the ball's at the top. Because again, if she gets beat, you got to stop her. All right. You're just anticipating. All right. Here we go, Scarlett. Bump. Stop. You still got to try to bump it. You're not going to know it's a ball screen until you see it's a ball screen. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I had a brain fart. You're right. No, you're good. Ready? Here we go. Good. Stop. Good. All right, we're going to say it's a shooter, so you're going to just chase her over. Okay. All right, and you're plugging the middle anyways. All right, here we go. Stay with it. Stop. Stay with it. You got to talk. Here we go. Trap it when it goes in. All right, one more time. Let's talk about something else. Let's go pass the ball and go follow it and ball screen it. Okay. All right, so ball goes here. Good follow in a ball screen. All right, so no one's going to roll to the rim on this because these are all guards, right? Everybody has somebody, so you're just switching this. All right, ready? Here we go. Yep, exactly where you are. Anticipate a skip and go steal it.
I got ball.
Excellent. Good. Any questions on anything so far? All right, we're just going to talk about one more situation. So where we have struggled in this is when they play 5 out. Because my big girl who never likes to leave the paint, not you, the one that I had, who never likes to leave the paint, won't leave the paint. All right. So we typically did not play this against a 5 out, but if we did, we made just one small change, but we guarded it totally different. So I'm just going to show it real quick. I'm not going to go through it. So we called this 15, which meant we're going to put our 5 on the free throw line, but she is not bumping. All right. So 5 here. All right. And it's got to be, again, a guard with some length because the principles remain the same. If they force baseline, you got to trap it early. All right, but what happens in this is a good situation right now. Can you go on this side right now? Can you come up for me? Actually, no, my bad. I'm sorry. Go back. Yep. All right, that's good. So we don't want her out because, again, that's her weakness. That's in big part why we're playing this. But what this does, it allows us to keep her in, all right? So right now you have 2, right? So this is the situation we talked at the beginning where you got to go in between them. All right. Again, if it's a middle drive, you're stopping it. If it's a baseline drive, you're trapping it. All right. Again, that's why we want a front. If the ball goes here, all right, you got that? You are now coming out. All right. And now you're dropping onto the big. All right. So that's the change that we would make if we weren't getting out to shooters in the corners. Something was hurting us. Usually, often when it's 4 out and a high post, we could do this. If it's 5 out, we're playing man or we're playing a 1-2-2. There was something else I was going to talk about with this and I forgot. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this something you would play ball under the basket?
Say that again.
If they were taking the ball under the basket, would you play this defense?
So that's changed every year, and it was based on, like, can my team guard screens? Because they don't talk very well. So if I had a team that talked, then we would go man to man. If they talk, we go to man. If they don't, then we would pack it in. But what we would typically do in that situation, because again, they struggle. Can you take the ball out of bounds right now? All right, let's go back into the 1-1-3 where you're down, you're here. All right, we terrible guarding cutters, terrible. So I just eventually gave up on it. So what we ended up doing is just everybody foot in the paint. All right, foot in the paint, stay in the middle. We just crowd the paint. Let's go offense, stay out, just go stay out right now, stay out right now, stay out right now. Let's just do that right now. All right, so what we would do in this situation, because we would chase the wrong cutters, they would dive 2 people, someone was always wide open, is we just went everybody foot in the paint so that they couldn't pass it in. So we would allow the pass, because if the ball goes to pink, sure, you can get there, right? You're here guarding, so no paint, no paint, no paint. Ball goes there, good, go. And we felt like we can get there on the catch. And then we're right back into it. Yeah, that's a good question. I feel like I'm missing something. One more quick thing, all right? So depending again on personnel, team, or whatever, we would take it up another notch and be more aggressive and trap. So when we would trap, again, we're either trapping, actually, let me show you this too. Let's go to the set where you had 2 people. Stay down, actually come to the high post. Can you go on the wing? Come up. So if they had a really dominant post player that we had a hard time with, that we were struggling to front or whatever the situation was, and they were going high-low on us, because teams like Bentley are really good at high-low no matter what you do. They're ready to counter. So if they tried to go high-low and we couldn't guard it one-on-one, we would trap the passer so that she couldn't find the duck in, all right? So, and it's got to come from you 2. All right, so ball goes into blue shirt here. All right, you're posting up, and we know that that's been hurting us. It's called, you got to hustle really hard here, and you got to trap this. All right, so that she can't find that. Yeah, harass, so that she can't find that high-low. But listen, you have 2 now, so you've got to come in the middle of those 2. Right, because if this is the knockdown shooter, right? Like let's go trap. You're in the middle, all right, the ball goes here, and this is the knockdown shooter. If Scarlett can't get here, you might have to show until you bump. All right, so let's throw it into the high post right now. Good, go, Scarlett, go. Trapping it. No, trap the high post, here we go.
Hey, I got ball.
Throw it. Go, Scarlett, go. Trap. Good, match, good. Okay, one last thing. So offense, you can do whatever you want right now. You can pass, cut, replace, ball screen, whatever. Let's see what you guys do. All right, here we go. But move. But move. Here we go. You can't stay on that because you've got the lowest person on your side. So he's got to bump you. Got it? Are you want to keep trapping that high post?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Pressure, pressure, Scarlett, pressure. Good. Here we go. You don't have to throw it in there. Throw it to whoever's open. Here we go. Good. You're never trapping. USA, you're never trapping. You have 3-point shooters. You have 3-point shooters. Here we go. That's pretty good, guys. One thing, you're only bumping if there's 2 on the strong side. If it's weak side, obviously you're not bumping. I'm just reminding everybody. Okay, here we go. Whatever you want. Okay, good. One more. He's in, so that trap is his. It's whoever's on the free throw line. One more, and then I'm going to just quickly show my one more thing, and then I think we're good. All right, I'm just going to show you one more quick. We had a bunch of adjustments. I'm just going to show you one more, and then I think that's good for today. Let's go. Can you go to the corner? All right, let's say we're not communicating well, or someone's not bumping properly, and we can't get to the baseline runner. Then we would call it triangle, and you would go straight to the baseline runner. If for some reason she wasn't bumping properly or not quick enough or whatever, so let's say ball goes here, or you're cutting, you're gonna call that cutter, 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 cutter. Yeah, so now when she comes through, you're going straight to that, and you got high post, and make sure that you are in front here. Again, you have to help with the top because you don't have anybody right now. So as soon as somebody goes through, you got to come up and bump someone. Okay, here we go. Let's work on that, and then that's it. So that's gonna. We want to keep it consistent and keep the 3 of you guarding paint. Because again, you're here for a reason. Because you're the scrappy, intense, right? Here we go. Okay, one more time. So in a perfect world, you want to be in front of that. All right, so when he goes out, so he's I'm out, you're always dropping this way to the free throw line so you can meet that cutter. Yes, because if you're behind, then that's a paint touch. All right, let's get it right. Here we go. You got to trap it. You're not trapping. You got 3-point shooters. I know it's like really intriguing and you really want to. So if you go for it, you got to come up with it. All right, here we go. Go to your wing. Dribble, 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 dribble towards your wing. Dribble towards your wing. Good. Yeah. Good. All right, I think you guys did a great job. Well done.